Hello everyone, welcome back to the Going Zero Waste YouTube channel. I'm Catherine Kellogg, and today I am going to be going over zero waste things I have done that I absolutely regret. Now you may be wondering why I'm wearing this fabulous dress, or you might not, but it's because I spilled something on my shirt and then this dress came in the mail, so I put it on. And it separates. I have always wanted one of these dresses, and it's gonna coordinate perfectly with this suit that I just thrifted, and because it separates, yes. I hate spending money. Like, I really dislike spending money. It's really difficult for me to treat myself or do something nice for myself, and this is actually the first major purchase I have ever made. I still feel a little bit of anxiety about it. Do I regret it? I don't think so. But you know what I do regret? These things you're about to see in this video. If you please give this video a thumbs up, it really does help my videos with the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's get to it. So up first thing I regret was using a shampoo bar and trying the water-only shampoo method for my hair. Some people might say it works for everyone. I'm here to say it does not. I worked in an office with all men, except for our bookkeeper, Bonnie, who came in every 2 weeks. I love Bonnie. I love her so much. We actually still go get tea. I call her my California grandma. She's amazing. And one day she leaned over to me and said,
"Since it's all men who work here, they will never say anything, but I wanted to let you know the back of your head is really greasy."
"Thanks, Bonnie." Thank you. I needed to find new shampoo things that really truly worked for my hair type. And I do tend to gravitate more towards liquid shampoos rather than bar form. Rhyme and Reason at Target, which is what I've been using. And you know, I think it's looking a lot better. I mean, I did just take Nala on a walk, so it's a little flat, it's a little greasy. I think it's not too bad. Number 2 would be face care. So as someone who has struggled a lot with acne throughout their life, why did I think homemade skincare was a good idea? I don't know. I thought it would solve all my problems. It did not. It made them a lot worse. And I have to say, the worst offender out of all of them, there are a few. Apple cider vinegar as toner. No. But then probably the worst, the absolute worst, was the oil method. Y'all remember this? 6 or 7 years ago, it became very popular to slather your face in oil, and then you would take a hot, steamy rag and put it over your face and let it steam for 10 minutes, and then you would wipe all the oil away, and that was supposed to unclog your pores. Big regret. Big regret. The next one is buying swaps on Amazon. So when I first started living a more eco-friendly, zero waste, sustainable life, there really weren't a ton of options, and I was very broke. Justin and I just moved to California. We lived with multiple roommates. We really did not have a lot of money at all, but I do wish that I had supported more sustainable brands, especially because Amazon's not that great. So when I was deciding what I wanted to invest my money on, I remember I had saved for a few months, and I had saved up $50 to spend on sustainable swaps and good reusable products. And I tried really hard to figure out what I was going to thrift, what I needed to buy online. And I remember thinking, I just wish I had some really nice reusable bags. Really nice ones that I could have for a really long time. They were gonna hold up and be great. And I did so much research, and I thought I found some really good ones. And these were cotton, and they had loops on them, which were supposed to hold all of your jars upright. They had square bottoms, so I thought it would be flat. I was so excited about these bags, and they cost $30. They cost more than 50% of my budget, but I was really excited about this investment. I thought they were gonna be great. I mean, the pictures, they look beautiful. The worst investment I have ever made of all time. These bags are horrible. If I could prevent you from doing anything, do not buy these bags. The pockets were stitched so high that nothing actually stayed upright. The square bottoms, there was nothing to reinforce them, so it didn't work. The fabric was so cheap, they were tearing almost immediately. The bags were super wrinkly. I had to iron them. I donated them. I hated them. Don't buy them. Because I spent so much money on the bags, I thought, well, that's okay. I'm gonna stitch my own produce bags. And I stitched my own napkins from some scrap fabric I found at the thrift store. And they turned out beautifully. I still love my hand stitched napkins, but I thought, I'm decent at sewing by hand. So I thought, I'll just stitch up some produce bags from some pillowcases I thrift. And that didn't go very well. But one time I put some cornmeal in one of the bags, and then the seam, had to buy some real close knit bags because there was a tragedy in aisle 7. One of the biggest regrets I have is using homemade laundry detergent. And I've got a whole blog post on why that's not a super great idea. I wound up ruining a lot of clothes and an entire set of sheets. On the bright side, my husband said I was no longer allowed to do laundry, so perform this at your own risk. The next thing I regret, I don't know if I really regret it because it was a process, it was a journey. I had to start somewhere. I focused a lot on packaging very early on. It was very, very packaging centric, very honed in and focused solely on packaging. But that is just one part of a sustainability story, right? You have where did it come from? Its full life cycle assessment, its water footprint, the carbon emissions, the materials. By starting with zero waste, I also learned more about the fast fashion industry and the meat industry, and I just learned so much more as I went. I wish I had just kind of had a broader scope, was a little more gentle with myself when it came to creating waste or focusing solely on packaging. So if you're just starting out and you feel really hyper-focused on packaging, I just want you to take a step back and kind of look at the overall big picture of things. And I think one of the things that really helped me frame a lot of my decisions, especially with the past year, is this article that came out from the New York Times that said if you wanted to go zero waste and your friend wanted to go vegetarian, it would take you 11 years to match the positive impact that your friend who went vegetarian had. So just try and think of things a little bit more holistically. And remember, it's not about being perfect, which kind of leads me to my next one, which is being more politically active and remembering that we have to have system change. We can't just rely on a handful of a few people doing things really well. We need everyone to have access to this. We need businesses to be making meaningful changes. We need policy that's going to be enforcing those changes, and we need a lot more. So I've always been very passionately politically active, but I wish that I had brought my sustainability mindset and goals into that a little bit earlier in my journey than I did. I think that also ties into environmental justice and making sure that we are supporting Indigenous people who preserve 80% of the world's remaining biodiversity. And I've really started donating to a lot more causes and organizations. I donate 5% of all my in-feed sponsored posts on Instagram to a different organization each month, because I think that's one of the best ways I can have an impact is by working with organizations who have already established really good grassroots movements and organizations that are going to help make really, truly meaningful change. And I think that is almost more important than being able to buy every single thing I want at the grocery store completely package free. And the last thing that I regret is not taking my supplements. I really regret that. So in college, I gave up eating meat and I grew up allergic to dairy. So I was eating almost a vegan diet and I just got really, really sick. I wasn't eating super great anyways. It was college. The hours in the caf were very limited. I majored in musical theater and I was constantly in performances and dance classes and I was very active. And I certainly was not fueling my body properly at all. So I'd wind up just eating a few vegetables and that's it. So I got really, really, really sick and I wish that I had taken my supplements. So that's probably my next regret. If you want to start a plant-based diet, make sure that you look into your body's nutritional requirements, work with a doctor, see a nutritionist, or just make sure that you're at least taking your B vitamins, your B12, because that is not something you can get easily in a plant-based diet. And as many of you know, I work with MegaFood all the time. I do have a discount code because they're amazing. And you can grab that with the link in the description. So yeah, these are a few of the things I regret. I would be very interested to know if you have anything that you regret or how you feel like your journey has progressed and moved on and moved forward. Next week, I'm going to be doing a video about a brutally honest review of Girlfriend Collective. I'm really excited to make sure that you are subscribed to get notified when that video comes out. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Bye.